Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with episode 3.5. One of our hosts, Eddie, has returned. You see, in the last episode with El Sexy, he got taken aback by some personal issues. However, Eddie is back and he's ready to kick it. Always here also is our co-host, Ray. And sadly, Sandy had to step out because it is getting kind of late.
The last episode of SNE. No, bro. So, unfortunately, I had to step out, which kind of sucks. You know what I mean? I am literally the main host, not of the podcast, but of this remote location. But yeah, man, just turns out that don't have baby mamas, man, because it comes back to bite you in the ass. It sucks. Fucking over here saying lies about me, saying that, you know, I'm talking to this one girl and it's going by pretty amazing. I haven't felt loved in a while, but it's just crazy that you know, she finds out after like so many freaking months of not being together and stuff like that. I mean, me not wanting her or anything, and now she's like, "Oh, I know who she is. I'm gonna message her and I'm gonna tell her that you're up on me. You're trying to do this and this with me, and it's just all fucking cat, man. I've literally been here all night, man. It's just crazy. Baffles me, man. What the lengths that they will go to just to bring you misery.
So, you said that your ex, baby mama, she's interfering with your current love life.
Yes, sir. Exactly in those words.
And how exactly does that make you feel? Like, why do you think that is?
Revenge, man. Pity things, because some women can be
pity or petty.
Petty. Yeah, sorry, kind of drunk over here. Petty, man. Petty shit, because not all women, but men also too. You know, they will do some petty ass shit. Just to get back at you, just so they can see you miserable, just so they can fuck up your day or night, man, and it just sucks.
Yeah, no, I 1000% concur.
Toxic relationships, that's what it is. And why would you want to stick in a toxic relationship and try to keep going in a toxic relationship? Like you stopped a long time ago. It's like, no, you're gonna be with me. You're gonna be like, bro, that's some toxic ass shit, forcing you to be in a relationship that you don't want to be in.
And personally, man, I really don't think there's anything to gain from like sabotaging your ex-partners or potential ex-partners. It's just it's a lack of maturity.
Yeah, what's the gain?
I mean, the gain I would see, like being devil's advocate right now, is not being able to see you happy with somebody else because they themselves aren't happy.
Exactly. And
aren't really happy with how things ended.
Yeah, and my thing is like, okay, you know, she, like, let's say she does message this one girl that I'm talking to, which I really actually, you know, care about, and I'm a man that really never cares about anybody, but you know, what's stopping her from messaging her right now and just fucking up my love life, and then this girl decides to be like, you know what, fuck you, dude. She decides to believe her, and then within, like, let's say about another month or so, I talk to somebody else. She finds out again. You know, it starts becoming a cycle, and now I am literally grasped by the balls because women will decide to believe another woman, especially because it sounds so fucked up because it is a baby mama, not just any woman. It is a baby mama.
And with all of that in mind, does she know any personal information from this new woman?
Just name, bro.
Her full name?
Full name, and you know how social media is. You can type in the name and it will literally pop up.
That is fucked up.
It is fucking sick.
Especially with like a friend in common or something.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know any friends in common or anything.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, yeah, man, you can literally just know someone's first name, and you'll be like, they're from this town. Like, let's say an example. They'll be like, oh,
you
this
can put
person.
filters on it.
Yeah,
narrow the search.
Yeah, like let's say for example, this person's name is Ricardo. You can usually just put Ricardo. Let's say you live in San Diego. You type in San Diego. Ricardo's gonna come, and then you'll surely start finding who they are, and be like, hey, this is the person.
That's exactly why I changed my name on like social media to a random name that.
This is why I don't have social media.
Oh, that's also
that's valid.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna kick me off my goddamn platform.
No one's talking about you. All right, this is Sad Boy Hours.
Sad Boy Hours.
I concur, but
if you're here to to be cheerful and laugh like our other podcasts, well,
This was
you're in
pretty
the
sad
wrong
indeed.
place. I suggest you go and listen to the other ones because this is going to be really, really sad. We're all sad boys right now.
Just to give you a little bit of context, we're probably going to berate a bunch of toxic ass women. So, any toxic women that have toxic tendencies and have sabotaged their. First of all, let me say something.
Hold on.
Fuck you.
Shout out to the ones that know they're toxic.
Yeah.
Yo.
Shout out if you know you're toxic and you try your best not to be.
No, or you let your partner know that, hey, I am a little bit fucking. You know, shout out to you, but hey, not everybody's like that because men are also like that.
Love you, toxic princesses out
Yeah.
there.
Plus, you want to play that game? You know, we got psychology on our hands.
Yes, we do. You fucking sorry sons of bitches.
Dark psychology.
But also though, what was I gonna say?
Something.
I was gonna say something.
Give us your spiel. What is
I hate when women.
No. Talking about your sad situation right now.
I'm not gonna fucking
Yes.
go into
Say it.
detail.
Say it.
But look, let me tell you something else.
Damn, bro.
I just wanted to say
I quit.
that. Yeah, nah. I want to say that I fucking hate when women. I recently saw a video about these girls in the street getting the street like in Austin, like 6th Street. Some dude with a like a channel goes up to them and asks them like, "Hey," it was just women by themselves, like in a group of girls. "Hey, do y'all have a single or are y'all in a relationship?" They're like, "Oh, we're in a relationship." And then the guy goes, "Have you ever cheated on your boyfriends?" And they're like, "Yeah," all of them. And then they go, "Why did you cheat on him?" And then they said, "Whatever." And then they're like, "So why haven't you broken up with him if you're going to cheat on him?" And you know what their fucking answer is? They're like, "Because I love him." You fucking sorry, stupid bitches. Like,
Or those videos where they'll be like, hey, like right now, like you and your partner switch phones, unlock it, and the girl's like,
hold on, I need to do something real quick. And then they're like, they fidget with the phone really, really violently fast, like going through Snapchat,
And
going
their
through
face, bro. You can always tell with the body language.
100%.
They're just like, holy shit, I'm about to get fucking caught.
You can't hide guilt, even if you fucking try. A fucking a body language.
Unless you're a fucking like sociopath. Unless you're a sociopath,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and in that case, you're fucked up too.
you're automatically like, or you're not automatically.
You're a red flag.
You're able to detach emotionally, and you're able to control those feelings that others can't. Like, rapid heart rate is probably like the biggest flag.
Sociopaths got the red flags though.
Sweating, looking around.
eye contact.
No. Yeah,
Eye contact.
Avoiding eye contact when you're trying to have a conversation. That's
Being agreeable with absolutely everybody you meet is also an indicator of being a sociopath.
Or
So
getting defensive really quick.
don't think that we don't know. Yeah, so we know.
those are all indicators.
We were kind of going on a tangent though, so
Look, I got a question for you guys. Now, we talked about it in the last episode, so Scoreman.
did we talk about it on the last episode?
Well, not the last episode, but
The last.
some episode, you know. But I'm not about to look up this thing. But Scoreman, you already gave your input. Now I want to hear it from you, my man.
Yes, sir.
What is your input on social media and relationships? And I'm talking about, are you okay with putting up pictures and stuff like that with your partner? Do you think it's okay? Do you think you shouldn't be doing it? Should you be more private? Number two, having men that you know that your girl has flirted with in the past, or has, you know, some sort of affection, or has some sort of relationship with them, or you know what they're trying to achieve. Because number one, in my mind, I believe that they do not respect your relationship, or she may not respect your relationship.
Right.
Because we're men and we know how men think.
You got to break this question down because there's many points in this one question.
Yes.
So ask one question.
Okay, to answer the first one, having like a public relationship,
Public
in a
relationship,
sense,
there
in social media.
Do you think people should even care about it?
I believe so, only because for women especially, there's guys constantly messaging them and, you know, sliding into their DMs. If they don't know that they're taken, the chances of that happening are a lot higher. But also, it does really depend on how your partner reacts to those or interacts with those messages.
We got to know too, like, a lot of these dudes, they don't respect your relationship at all.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, yeah, you can be like, oh, you know, message, like, even if she'll be like, oh, you know, he hit me through the DMs, I blocked his ass, whatever. You know that dude does not respect your relationship.
Right, but if it's not on socials and they're active on them, is the relationship being kept a secret?
Well, I'll put it into terms like this. One of my relationships, many years ago, like we didn't care about putting our stuff in public because what is it for the public to judge? What is it for the public to care? It's as long as you know you're happy. Why does everybody have to think that you're happy? Because an image can give false perspective of what is actually happening. You may say, "Oh, I'm happy, whatever," but how do you like? You're giving this false illusion to everybody else. So, and plus, does it make you feel happy just because you're like, "Oh, look at us," she posted about me. Like, who? Like, just if she doesn't post about you, does that mean she doesn't love you?
Just to play the devil's advocate of people that would argue that it is important to post your partner for more than just the, "Hey, everyone, look, I'm actually taken. Don't fucking hit on me" point. I think that you're right in one way that keeping it private is safe because, you avoid any drama with people. But if you don't post your partner, can you get mad if someone hits up your partner or hits you up on social media? Can your partner get mad?
As long
because they don't know that you're taken.
As long as your partner respects you and respects your relationship and can swat these motherfuckers like flies,
that wouldn't be a concern. Right?
That wouldn't be a concern. Now, if she's not telling you this, then that's another thing.
So you're saying you can both mutually agree not to post each other?
Yeah, if you both can mutually agree, then that'll be amazing. But then again, that's up to you guys. I'm not saying don't post your significant other, your partner. Yes, it's nice, if you feel loved, that you feel some sort of connection just because they post a picture. But it doesn't mean necessarily you have to put every picture. Oh, hey, we went to New York. Hey, we're eating this. Hey, we're doing that. Oh, I love my baby. You know what I mean? It's just like.
So should you put at least one post, like maybe once a year?
Every once in a while, when you guys can say like, hey, hey, this is a good picture. I'm down to put this.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be a forced thing. It should come like natural to them.
Or you shouldn't be doing it to get somebody else jealous. Here's another thing I've always said, that if I'm gonna use a woman as an example. If a woman sends you a picture, right, and then she decides to, and it was only for you, and then she decides to put it on social media, that picture was never meant for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, women take pictures in the nude or in sexy outfits, keep them in their camera roll, and then send them to you at an appropriate time. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, and if it is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, do you agree or do you not agree that if she takes a picture that, like, let's say right now, she were to snap you a picture, right, and you're like, oh, that's my baby, and 5 minutes later, she decides to put it on social media and everyone's hearting and everything, do you think that picture was meant for you?
No, that picture absolutely loses its significance.
Another one is, if she posts pictures all the time of herself on social media.
Let me say something, though.
Let me say something.
I don't want to be misconstrued. It doesn't lose its significance 100%, but it definitely isn't as special.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think it is, because, I mean, she sent it to you first, right? And then she was like, oh, I like this photo, so I'm going to post it.
Oh, yeah, but what if she's doing it to every picture? Or
if she does it to every picture, that's a different story. Like, why do you feel the need to post so many pictures of yourself?
Yeah. So now here's another one. What if she is posting pictures of herself every so often, but she could never send you a picture?
Okay, that's a big red flag.
She's trying to impress somebody else.
Because she's not considerate enough, I feel like, to send you pictures of, like, your girl. But she is considerate enough of, like, all the people in her socials. And obviously, most of these people being men, she considers their attention more important than yours.
Would you do something about it, though?
Yes, I wouldn't date that person. I mean, I would bring it up to their attention, right? And say I don't like it. If it doesn't change from there, then my next course of action would be to end the relationship. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if a lot of liberal fucks, a bunch of liberal audience members are going to interpret all this as machista and conservative AF. Like, I wonder if people are going to get heated.
Get my jacket, you fucking bitch.
Damn. He just spilled piña colada on his jacket.
It squirted at me, bro. It's not my fault.
So, I think that if a girl, no matter if it's once in a while or not, if she sends me an image and then posts that same image or very similar images online, then she either used me to hype her up, which is that one, like, good on you, I'm definitely gonna be my girl's hype man, or she's fishing for somebody else, a potential upgrade. Am I wrong for thinking this? Someone please tell me.
I mean, what is an upgrade?
Somebody of higher social status, higher financial status, higher status
That's not
in general.
That's not always all the case.
necessarily,
That's not an upgrade?
true, brother.
Well,
That's a downgrade.
No.
That's what you're saying?
Girls
but,
don't usually go for like upgrades and shit. I mean,
They don't?
no, bro. Like, if some shit would happen, it wouldn't be
Just because
for
girls be
someone that's better than you. Like, it could be just a heat of the moment thing. Oh my god, I like this fucking piece of shit. But
so in their point of view, in their perspective, is it an upgrade if you act on the heat of a moment situation?
would you always? I'm not saying you cheat, but would you cheat on somebody just because the other person's of higher quality?
Let me tell you something. I don't make
It reminds me every time you say that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
fine, I'll change my phrase to like, let me learn you. Let me learn you today.
Let me learn you. Let me school you today.
I don't make any irrational or compulsive decisions based on pleasure. I try to have a logical, rational mindset
So
behind.
are you telling me that every girl that you've been with, ever since you broke up with one, it's always been an upgrade?
I don't think you can look at them that way. I've never dated a felon. Like I haven't gone from dating a scholarly person to dating a person with a PhD. If that's what
No.
you're asking me.
Oh, what I'm asking you is like, for example, like let's say this girl was an 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next one was a 9. Next one was a 10. I was saying an upgrade. Like, what is an upgrade?
That is
And I'm not
totally
talking about-
subjective.
because not a lot of people these days have
It's not based on looks.
education or money. Because honestly, that should give two fucks, because you're not dating this person for that. You're dating this person because of, a connection or some sort of romance that there is.
There definitely has to be romance and connection, but what makes a person, their number on a scale is more than their looks, their intellect, and their ability to connect with me. It's a mixture of all those things that, first of all, if I'm dating somebody, they've already become a 10 in my head, right? Because I pulled the trigger on a decision to potentially date to marry. Because again, I'm not, dating for a fling. Hooking up on Tinder, huh?
So my boy single hit him up.
Hooking up on Tinder it should be understood what we're on Tinder for. And obviously, communication is key. But if I'm dating somebody, there's a label there, girlfriend, or, if it just so happens, like, we get engaged, there's a bigger label of, like, it shows a form of commitment, right? So I wouldn't act on impulse is what I'm saying. I wouldn't cheat on somebody. To be completely honest, it would be a fucking cold day in hell if I ever cheated on anybody.
Now answer me this question real quick. Do you know what it truly means to be lonely?
Do I know?
Because
And can you define that?
I'm not talking about lonely as in like, oh, I'm lonely, I need a partner. No, I'm talking about truly be lonely, or like, oh, like I'm a loner. I'm talking about truly be lonely as in, how it feels to be alone, living alone without a partner, and you know that you can survive. For example, like some of these relationships, they'll break up and they don't know what it truly means to be lonely. They're like, yeah, I've been by myself. But what do? They hop on the next train a week, 2 weeks, a month later. So they truly do not know what it means to be without a partner. Or live life by themselves.
Undisputably, yes. I've been alone for long periods of time, without a partner, without a hookup, not close to friends or family, and like isolated. Yes, I do. I've lived on an island before.
What about you, Rayman?
What was the question?
Do you know what it is to be lonely?
Truly lonely.
I believe so, man. I mean, I was alone for like 3 years.
Mm.
After
Without a relationship, without family, without anything, you living by yourself.
Oh, truly lonely. Okay,
Truly
without a hookup either.
I've always had my family, bro.
Yeah.
And so no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I've
What
been,
about relationship wise?
relationship wise? Yes.
So you can tell
I
me
disconnected myself. Like, I disconnected myself emotionally since my last girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but she treated me like absolute shit.
So how long do you think you will go without being lonely? Because, like I said, referring back is a lot of times people will be like, yeah, I'll be alone. I'm gonna fix myself and I'm gonna fix these emotions, and next thing you know, you're hopping on the train with another woman.
Nah, I was able to focus on myself for 3 years, bro. I was just hitting the gym, and then I focused on myself financially. I bought a house.
What about mentally?
Mentally, I was able to heal mentally. I actually use a journal, so I write down points, and then I compare them, and then I analyze them, and then I like write conclusions, like what did I do wrong that led me there, and what did I what could I change and shit. So I use that journal as kind of like a guideline for my next relationship. So all those points I got from that, I applied them to like my current relationship, and I'm able to see, okay, this is not good. Like I'm not in a good spot right now. I need to reevaluate my decisions. And instead of being able to be manipulated or treated like what I'm not worth, I'm able to take a step back and then plan my next course of action.
Yeah. Now, quick question. Can you, top of your head, can you name? And does it have to be all 5? Can you name the top 5 people that you care the most about? The top 5.
The top
people.
5 people, it'd be my
people.
whole family, bro.
Your whole family?
Yeah, my dad, my mom, my siblings.
Now let me ask you this. You said that in a heartbeat. You didn't think about it, right? You like, my family, you're instantly. Yeah. Were you in there?
No.
Why? I asked the 5 top people.
Damn.
Why can't you think about yourself?
No, I didn't.
Because you self-care, self-love, man. How are you going to take care of others when you can't take care of yourself?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do take care of myself, just the way I didn't think.
But you put others before you, right?
Yeah.
There you go, man. That's why a lot of people, when I ask them this question, they'll be like, "Oh, this." And I'm like, "Where are you at?" And they'll be quiet and they'll start, wondering. They're like, "Fuck, you're right." I've talked to so many people about this, and a lot of people have come back to me and they'll tell me, "Hey, you know what? Like that question has been in my head all day." And a lot of people have actually changed, and they told me like, "Hey, man, I made an improvement. I'm actually, starting seeking self-improvement." And that's one of the biggest ones, that a question that I always like to ask somebody.
I mean, I've been kind of in a rough situation right now, going through like with my girl. So I have been neglecting my self-care. Not gonna lie.
Tell me about it, bro. Fucking.
I've been drinking every day for the past, I don't know how many days. I've been drinking every day. I started smoking cigarettes again. I haven't hit the gym in like the past 2 weeks. After I was very committed for like 3 months straight. So yeah, my self-care right now, it's not a priority, or it should be, but I'm not purposefully not making it a priority. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
I'm just in a fucking rough spot right now. I don't know how to change that, man, because like it's hard to be happy whenever. It's hard to be happy when you just don't feel like it. Mm-hmm. I just don't feel like it right now, and it's nothing I've done. I mean, you give someone the world and they just take advantage of that.
Don't you think it's also crazy how depression hits people differently, and solitude, and after a breakup, it hits people different? For example, like she might be depressed, she might be sad, he left me, and then you too, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I will never be able to move on." And you're like, "Oh, me too, whatever." And then what happens, like about a week or 2 later, she's going out, she actually moves on, and what happens to the man? He's stuck, fucking with this mental well-being.
I mean, dude, like
still being hung up because the man holds so much emotion that he will not let it go, and he will rather that shit eat him up than to fucking talk to somebody about it.
It serves as an important life lesson in every man's life, relationships, because what happens is that men, at the point of a breakup, exhibit the appearance of having overcome it, because we'll gather, we'll go to the gym, we'll be social AF. Mm-hmm. Externally, we're like glowed up, right? As the new vocabulary is, glowing up. We glow up after a breakup, everything looks amazing. Inside, when we're actually by ourselves in our room, about to go to sleep, or, just sitting there, looking at our shoes for like 45 minutes or more, that's when the thoughts come in of like, why did I do this way? Should I have done that instead?
Yeah.
Did I take advantage of this person? Did this person take advantage of me? Why? And a bunch of other questions that I'm not going to get too detailed about, but women, they always, even if they want to say they don't, they do. They always have somebody hitting them up, whether it's a man or a woman. They always have some sort of social support, moral support as well, because everybody's in a woman's inbox. Everybody's waiting to talk to this girl. Whether you think you're an ugly fucking woman or not, you got people hitting you up. And let's not be ignorant that men, it's not always the same for men. As a matter of fact, I would argue most men don't have inboxes full of messages from expecting suitors, girls that want to fucking, get to know you. You have to do the work. And that's how it should be anyways, but it doesn't take away from the fact that men are actually out there experiencing loneliness and like dread and like anxiety and like self-doubt and self-pity even, which is not healthy. None of those things are healthy, but nobody brings attention to this. And I'm not saying it's a huge deal, but it's something. You know what I mean? What's y'all's take on that?
Yeah.
Like, men don't move on quick. Men are quick to try to cloud everything up as best as possible, but deep down, like, motherfuckers are suffering. Women, though, women deal with it more externally. I would say, like, you can totally see a woman, like, not having a good time after a breakup, but they also heal quicker, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say it all or what?
No. Just thinking in, I'm like, my eyes are like, oh, I don't know, there's too much stuff going in my mind right now.
Yeah, bro, same. Yeah, Eddie and I are going through some shit. I don't know about Squirrel Man, but he's not really sharing much.
I'm a fucking enigma. Ain't nobody gonna know my deepest, darkest secrets. Not even the woman who would expect to know is gonna know. Nobody. Nobody.
All right, let's put it this way, all right? You give someone everything. This person has a child. You've been with them for a few months. They decide to go at 3 a.m. to another city with two men that aren't you. You don't know these guys' intentions. You don't know what they're, aiming for. You don't know what their goal is. They're all intoxicated. And this girl doesn't even let you know that she's going.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would you feel? That's my current situation. I feel like a knife just stabbed me through my heart, and
no respect,
I'm slowly bleeding out. The
no
amount
respect
of
on you.
the amount of disrespect is just, I don't know, incredible.
It is, man. There was never a set boundary, and if there was a set line of boundary,
the boundary was set.
It was never given. No, it was set, but it wasn't meant.
Yeah, it was
because I could say so much things. I can tell you right now, hey, I'm gonna take you to Disneyland tomorrow. Do I mean it?
No,
I'm saying it.
Probably not.
I love you. Does I love you, when somebody says I love you, are they saying it because it's a word that just naturally goes into your head? A reaction, you just say, oh, I love you. Or do you mean it? Like when you tell your parents, do I love you? You say, hey, mom, I love you. Or whatever. You're on your phone like, okay, yeah, mom, okay, bye, I love you. Are you meaning it? Or are you just saying it? Right. Same thing with the relationship.
Action, not words.
Actions speak
louder than words, man. And that's exactly what happened last night. Her actions spoke louder than her words.
Mm-hmm.
So, people always try to say the most in a difficult situation when they're caught, in the wrong. And I'm just gonna burst the fuck out of your bubble. You absolutely can't come up with anything to dig yourself out of the fucking trench you just put yourself in. I want you to know that if you've ever fucking wronged anyone and you think you're gonna explain yourself out of it, whether you take advantage of your partner or try to manipulate them or gaslight them, you go straight to fucking help, dude. Like your words are not gonna mean shit to somebody that's already felt the crushing feeling or the feeling of being this what's the word? Just the feeling of like being taken advantage of and being made a fool out of and being stepped on and disrespected. I don't have to explain what respect is. I don't have to explain boundaries. Y'all know when you're fucking doing sneaky shit, and y'all know when you're not holding up your side of the deal in this relationship, which is to respect and not do anything that you wouldn't want your partner to do, or not hang around people you wouldn't want your partner to be hanging around with. So I know I don't have to fucking explain it. Y'all know what's coming to you, and it is coming to you. You can fucking rest assured that it's damn well coming to you. And I'm glad it is, because you motherfuckers that cheat on people deserve it.
That's messed up. I mean, if you feel the need to cheat on someone, why not just leave the person? I mean, a lot of people stay with their partners even though they want to cheat on them just because
they think they have an urge.
Yeah, I mean, they're financially set. Their partner may have a house, they have cars, they have money.
They just need to get this urge out of the way, right? They just need to get the urge out of the way.
But they
love their partner though. They just have an urge that they need to.
They just have an urge.
And they really fucking think that shit's forgivable. Yeah, the fuck right, bitch.
What's forgivable?
Cheating on your partner because everything is good and dandy and the relationship is perfect, but you just have this urge. You need to get it out real quick.
How do you know how do you know the relationship is perfect? How do you know the relationship hasn't been going down to shit? You've been trying to get out of the relationship.
Why are you in that relationship then?
No.
The relationship is perfect because they haven't left yet before they cheated.
Now, my thing is saying, how do you know that relationship is perfect? Okay, let's say you're in a relationship, right? And the relationship is going down the drain for so long, and you're like, you know what? This isn't working, right? And you've already tried everything you can to try to fix your relationship. And you're basically just there now because you've
invested so much time into it.
Well, and because you become accustomed to that person, you don't love them anymore. They're just there, and you're like, well, fuck, I can't really leave. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
So, because it happens a lot of times. You think you love this person, but you don't, right? So how do you know this relationship that hasn't happened? You say, hey, you know what? I'm miserable. You know, you go up to your partner, like, hey, I'm miserable, I'm not happy anymore, I want this to end. And they're like, no. They're in straight up denial, and you keep telling them, I want to separate already. And they say no, and they know. And you slowly but surely separate from them and say, you know, I'm gonna do my own thing. And
why would you need their approval or their say so?
So they can know. So they know that hey, this relationship is not working out anymore. But yet they want to keep saying, and you're like, hey, you know, I'm leaving. Like I'm not with you anymore. And they keep being persistent. Like you already left them. You no longer want to work this out. But they kind of still do. They still want to hold on, but you know, you're no go anymore. You're not happy anymore with that person, right? To the point that let's say you don't even sleep in the same bed with them or whatever, right? And you wanna go be happy. You know what I mean? You're no longer with this person, but this person still says that you have a relationship with them. Is it still cheating? Are you in the right or are you in the wrong?
Let me tell you something. You need to make it perfectly clear that you don't want to be.
Let me tell you something.
You don't want to be with them. So you are totally not in the wrong, but at the same time, I guess you're dating a child. Not literally, but like mentally, those people need to grow the fuck up. Mm-hmm. If you've already told them that you're unhappy with them, then move the fuck on.
Exactly.
If it's obvious that shit isn't working, get out of it.
Yep.
Do I really, does anyone...
Yeah, I mean, why stick to something that's making you unhappy? It makes no sense.
And don't be selfish. If your partner's unhappy, get the fuck out of there too. Like, if your partner's telling you he's done, don't gaslight him into staying. Or her.
No, that's sort of kind of in the area that I'm at right now. So, that I'm no longer with my baby mama for like the longest time. but yet she's still over here trying to fuck with my relationships, saying like, making up saying lies, saying like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Like, I'm gonna message this person saying like, hey, you're fucking around and shit like that. And it's fucking completely false. Like completely false. And I'm fucking around with my baby mama just to fuck with me, even though we're not together. And she's like, no, because you're gonna end up staying with me. And it's like, fuck no, you know what I mean? This has been broken off a long time ago. I mean, that is toxicity as fuck. That's very toxic as fuck. But why? Why go to that extent to go fuck with,
your relationships?
My relationships, yeah.
It just sounds very
immature. Do I do something in return? Like, have I done something like that? Fuck no. Like, wouldn't that be considered like almost like a homewrecker kind of thing?
Yeah.
In a way, yes.
I mean, why make it your mission to make the other person unhappy?
Exactly. It's like, go find your own happiness.
It's kind of cringe when somebody doesn't want you in their life and you keep persisting to be in it.
Exactly.
It's cringe AF. And I guarantee you more than one person sees that and thinks that about you. If you're doing that to your ex-partner. But yeah, I mean, pretty much like...
Broken hearts.
Pretty much.
Sad boy hours.
I ain't got a broken heart. I got a fucking disciplined mind. I just need to stop being undisciplined.
Because you ain't got a bitch right now to be crying over.
And I'm not gonna let that shit happen. So the big takeaway here is, if you're gonna get in a relationship with somebody, if you're even gonna give someone the time to get to know them, to potentially get in a relationship,
just don't be in a relationship.
Just don't do it.
Just don't even be in one.
There's absolutely no reason to do it.
Be yourself. You got your hands.
Oh, also, and we didn't touch on it, but we were going to, pornography. If you watch that shit, control it. Once a day is fine, but no more than that.
Nope.
If you
I've
spend...
been porno free for 3 months.
If you...
Wow.
If you spend more than 5 minutes of your day doing that shit, you got a problem.
Yeah, just because I last don't mean nothing.
So you can't make yourself bust fast?
Well, it's a man's touch, so it's kind of, homophobic.
You perceive yourself to be gay?
I mean, aren't we all? Do you find yourself attractive?
I think I'm handsome.
There you go. You like another man, even though it's yourself.
That's pretty sus.
It's flipped.
Yeah, you wanking off. It's a man's touch.
Nobody said I was wanking off in the mirror.
And even in the mirror, right? You're jacking off, and every once in a while you look at your penis, and it's a man's touch.
I gotta make sure that shit's still there.
A man's touch is what made you climax.
That's pretty suspicious, bro.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
If I could meet the devil...
You look like the type of man that moans when he wipes.
If I could meet the devil, I'd bet him my soul that he can't give me a better hand job than I can give myself. Let me tell you why. Because if he loses, then he doesn't get my soul. And I just bust in that. But if he wins, then he would have given me a hand job so good that it's worth my soul.
Everyone's just low-key kind of sus.
Audience members, do you agree? Sexy, what do you think about this? He's out there.
He's out there right now.
Hooking and jabbing.
Swarming around.
But yeah, hey, stay focused. If you're gonna skulk in your sadness, be a grown the fuck up adult about it and go to the gym.
And don't go to the nether.
Don't go into the nether.
Don't go in the black right now.
Don't do it by yourself. Iggy 6 and
whatever you do not drink and drive, and do not send that message.
Oh yeah, don't message your ex.
No, don't send that one message or you'll wake. Because I swear I will pop out. If you're driving, I'll pop out of your ashtray and I'll smack the shit out of you.
Stop fucking talking to the person that hurt you. Block them on everything and don't fucking let them know anything about your whereabouts.
Yeah, those messages.
Where the fuck are